Prime Minister Shrestha will be leaving for a state visit to the United States in about 2 weeks' time. The visit, billed as strengthening of bilateral relations between the two countries that dates back to 75 years, comes in the wake of the MCC ratification by the Himalayan nation. Political analysts, meanwhile, see the Premier's U.S. visit as a counter to possible Chinese influence in Nepal. Good morning, I'm Abheudaya Shrestha, and these are the headlines of the hour. Kathmandu metropolis strikes another agreement with the locals of Sistol and Bansare Dara for the collection and disposal of garbage of the metropolis. Garbage collection from the metropolis likely to resume from today. Internal polarization intensifying among political parties. Factions continue alleging each other for their party's performance at the local level election. A senior Ukrainian presidential aide says between 100 and 200 Ukrainian troops are being killed on the front line every day. Also says Ukraine needs hundreds of Western artillery systems. And Nepal loses its first match against Oman under the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup League 2 series by 13 runs. Nepal yet again fails in batting. Kathmandu metropolis has struck another agreement with the locals of Sistol and Bansare Dara for the collection and disposal of garbage of the metropolis. Based on the 18-point agreement, garbage collection from the metropolis is likely to resume from today, and the locals of the region have agreed to lift the obstructions in its disposal. The late-night meeting held between the two sides, including locals and ward chairpersons, had concluded at around 1 a.m. Based on yesterday's agreement, the metropolis will dispose the waste at night, establish electricity facilities in the zone, and construct roads within 3 months' time. Likewise, the metropolis has expressed commitment in fulfilling its earlier agreement of ensuring the wastes are treated for foul odor, among others. Internal polarization is intense in most political parties at the moment. These parties are divided on issues including the recently concluded local level election and the equations for the upcoming provincial and federal polls. In the meantime, internal discipline and share of responsibilities have fueled the division. Main opposition CPN-UML, which has been reduced to second position from the local level election, has owned the responsibility of the party's failure in ensuring expected wins. Animosity is intensifying among CPN-UML leaders and members as they have stepped up allegations of wrongdoings to each other. Actions are being taken against party members who have been urging the party leadership to take the ownership of the party's poor performance in the just concluded local level election. Meanwhile, factional dispute is also growing intense in the largest party of the coalition, Nepali Congress. The group affiliated to senior leader Shekhar Koirala has been expressing its dissatisfaction over the party's decision to allocate local levels where the party was certain of a victory to other parties in the alliance. Internal dispute has also been the reason for the delay in appointment of officials in CPN Maoist Center, despite having already held its general convention. Disagreement among the second-ranked leaders has become troublesome for the party chair, Pushpakamal Dahal. Similar issues are also evident in Janata Samajwadi Party and CPN Unified Socialist. Power conflict between Upendra Yadav and Baburam Bhattarai has led to speculations of a possible split of the party. CPN Unified Socialist is also divided after the party's decision to withdraw its ministers from the cabinet. Elsewhere, Loktantrik Samajwadi Party is polarized on its approach for alliance in the coming elections. Considered the alternative political force, Vivekshil Saza is also at the verge of disintegration. These kinds of conflicts inside the political parties are certain to have a negative impact on ensuring good governance, political stability, and regular operation of the elected public representatives. Prime Minister Shrestha is scheduled to go on an official visit to the United States in the third week of June. Premier Deuba is leaving at the invitation of U.S. President Joe Biden to mark the 75th year of diplomatic relations between the United States and Nepal. Even as the government has not revealed much details of the possible agendas, the visit that comes in the wake of Nepal's endorsement of the MCC bill is seen as the country's counter to Chinese influence in Nepal. More in this report.
With the diplomatic relations between the United States and Nepal making its 75th year, visits of officials from both the countries have been on the rise. A number of US top officials have visited the Himalayan nation after the parliamentary ratification of the MCC-Nepal Compact. It was only a month ago that U.S. Deputy Secretary of State Abheudaya visited Nepal, while Commanding General of United States Army Pacific Charles A. Flynn has arrived in Kathmandu on Thursday for a 4-day official visit. This has shown that the U.S. has started to put Nepal in its high priority. Premier Deuba had last visited U.S. in the capacity of the Prime Minister from 6th to 11th of May in 2002. Following that, no high-level U.S. visit by Nepal has taken place. Even as no official agenda of the visit has been made public yet, it has been speculated that the visit will center on the U.S. cooperation to Nepal's economic development. It is also understood that Prime Minister Deuba received the invitation for the U.S. visit as he helped endorse MCC from the parliament despite extensive debates and disputes surrounding the multi-million-dollar U.S. assistance. On a more disturbing note, political analysts fear Nepal serving as a playground amid souring U.S.-China relation in the current geopolitical standoff. Meanwhile, experts on foreign affairs opine that the diplomatic relation between Nepal and the U.S. should be strengthened in such a way that Nepali land would not serve as a platform to be used against any countries, including China or India. Prime Minister Deuba will leave for the U.S. immediately after the return of Chief of Army Staff Prabhu Ram Sharma's visit to Washington, D.C.
The Nepal Oil Corporation has once again hiked the prices of petroleum products. The board of directors of the corporation says that it took the decision because of the hike in prices of petroleum products in the international market and as the due amount to be paid to Indian Oil Corporation has reached 20 billion rupees. The state oil monopoly has increased the price of petrol by 8 rupees per litre, while there has been 12 rupees price hike in the prices of diesel and kerosene. As per the new price listings, which will be effective from today, petrol will cost 178 rupees per litre in the market, while diesel and kerosene will sell at 165 rupees per litre. The prices of cooking gas and aviation fuel remain the same. In our Public Voice segment, we had asked people in several provinces regarding their views on the plans and policies introduced by their provinces. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
विगतमा ल्याइएका बजेटहरुको कपी गरेर बिना बजेट कार्यक्रमहरु ल्याएर मान्छेलाई पढ्नका लागि खुशी बनाउने जस्तो मात्रै देखियो
जनतालाई खुशी पार्नलाई एउटा पपुलिस्ट टाइपको पपुलर कार्यक्रम ल्याउने प्रयास भएको मात्रै देखिन्छ
कार्यक्रम आश्वासनको पुलिन्दा जस्तो देखिन्छ यो कार्यान्वयन हुन गाह्रो छ
विशेष गरेर यो चुनावलाई फोकस गरेर ल्याएको जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई
महिला लक्षित कार्यक्रम नसमेटिएको हो कि महिलालाई लक्षित नगरेको हो कि प्रदेश सरकारले अलि व्यवस्था गरेको हो कि
कार्यक्रममा ठुलठुला जुन ल्याएको छ सरकारले त्यो चाहिँ राम्रो हो
जुन आउनु पर्ने त्यो आएको छैन जे होस् अब ठिकै छ भन्नु पर्यो
It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion. Here's the question. What should be done to address the issues being faced by passengers and drivers because of damaged highways? Your options are A, regular repair and maintenance, B, accountable mechanism, and C, quality construction. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Nepal has lost its first match under the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup League 2 series played in the USA. In the match that concluded early this morning, despite Karan Kesey's excellent bowling and Arif Sheikh's half-century, Oman defeated Nepal by 13 runs. In the match played in Musa Cricket Stadium in Houston, Texas, Oman had opted to bat first after winning the toss and posted 211 runs in 50 overs, losing 8 wickets. Oman skipper Zishan Maqsood scored 104 runs in 126 balls that included 12 fours. This was Maqsood's second ODI century. Kawar Ali was the second highest run scorer for Oman with 30 runs, followed by Shoaib Khan with 27 runs. Karan Kesey was the most successful bowler for Nepal, claiming 5 wickets, becoming the first Nepalese player to claim 5 wickets in ODI and T20 international matches. Skipper Sandeep Lamichhane claimed 2 wickets and Sompal Kami 1. Chasing a victory target of 212 runs, Nepal were bowled out for 198 runs in 49.4 overs. Opener Subhas Kakurel returned to the pavilion with just 3 runs, while debutant Sunil Dhamala managed to score just 12 runs. Rohit Paudel scored 20 runs, Dev Khanal 34 and Dipendra Singh Airi 16. Arif Sheikh was the highest run scorer for Nepal with 66 runs. Maqsood and Kawar Ali both claimed 3 wickets each for Oman. This was Nepal's 7th loss in 13 League 2 matches played so far. Nepal will play against hosts USA tomorrow. And that's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.